Somewhere in your office, right now, someone with half your skill is being prepared for a promotion you will never hear about. It is not luck. It is not talent. It is a playbook, one that has been running quietly in every workplace for decades. Rules your manager will never explain. Rules HR pretends don't exist. And rules the people at the top have known since day one. These are the ones every employee learns way too late. This is the actual playbook. Rule 1. The better you are at your job, the harder it becomes to leave it. Think of the hardest worker in your office, the one who never misses a deadline, the one everyone goes to when something breaks, the one who has been essential for as long as anyone can remember. Now ask yourself a simple question. When was the last time that person got promoted? Right, they got a pizza party instead. This is the first rule nobody tells you. If you are the only person who knows how to run a certain report, handle a certain client, or fix a certain system, your boss has a problem. Promoting you means losing the one person who keeps that part of the business alive. So instead of moving you up, they quietly keep you where you are and reward you with small things. A thank you, a gift card, maybe a tiny raise, just enough to keep you from leaving, but never enough to replace you. Your skill is not your ladder. It is your cage. The people who actually climb do the opposite of what you would expect. They train a backup. They document their work. They make themselves replaceable on purpose, because a boss can only promote someone the team can survive without. The moment most people realize this is when they watch a coworker get promoted after 1 year while they are still doing the same job after 5. Rule number 2. Your work is invisible until you make it visible. Nobody is watching you as closely as you think. Your manager has their own deadlines, their own boss, their own stress. They do not track who worked the hardest this week. They only remember what they saw. And what they saw is whoever spoke up in the meeting, whoever sent the update, whoever stood next to the finished project when it was announced. You know the person who eats lunch at their desk every day, answers every email within 6 minutes, and has not taken a vacation since 2019? They are not getting promoted. They are getting a thank you card. Working hard in silence is the most expensive mistake you can make. The trick is not to brag. The trick is to make sure the right people at the right moments know what you did. One sentence in a meeting, one short message to your boss's boss, one name attached to one win. That is the difference between being appreciated and being promoted. Most people figure this out around year 7, when someone half their age passes them by. Rule number 3. The person who trains you is almost never the person you should learn from. This is the rule nobody warns you about on day 1. When you start a new job, the company assigns someone to show you the ropes. That person teaches you the tasks, the systems, the daily routine. And most new employees make the same mistake. They assume this person is a model for success. They are not. The person chosen to train you is usually the one who had the time to do it. And the people who have the time are rarely the people who are going anywhere. The real mentors in any office are too busy to train you. If you want to see how success actually works at your company, do not watch the person training you. Watch the people your trainer talks about with a hint of envy. Watch the ones who get pulled into meetings they were not invited to. Watch the ones whose names come up when leadership is in the room. Those are the people worth studying. The person training you is teaching you the job. Those people can teach you the game. Rule number 4. Your manager is not your friend, and the kinder they are, the more careful you should be. Some managers really are kind. They ask about your weekend. They remember your kid's name. They buy coffee for the team. But kindness is not loyalty. The moment their own job is on the line, you become a number on a spreadsheet. This is not evil. It is survival. Every manager has a manager above them, and that person has one too, all the way to the top. Everything you say to your boss is a deposit into a file you will never see. The danger comes when employees forget this. They vent about being tired. They admit they are thinking about leaving. They share personal struggles, medical issues, family problems. All of it gets remembered. Some of it gets written down. And when layoffs come, or when a promotion is being decided, those little pieces of information suddenly matter. The smartest employees treat every conversation with their manager like it is being recorded. Because, in a way, it always is. Rule number 5. The office runs on 2 rule books, and only one of them is printed. Walk into any company and you will find a clean, official rulebook. Be on time. Treat everyone with respect. Performance determines reward. It sounds fair. It is printed on the wall. But spend 6 months in that same office and you will notice something strange. Some people break every one of those rules and nothing happens. They show up late. They miss deadlines. They speak rudely in meetings. And they still get the bonus. They still get the promotion. Meanwhile, the person who has been on time every day for 11 years, who has never missed a deadline, who has never raised their voice, that person is still waiting for someone to notice. They will be waiting a while. The first rulebook is what the company tells you. The second is what the company runs on. The second rulebook says that trust from the right person is worth more than perfect performance. It says that being useful to someone powerful is worth more than being useful to the company. It says that relationships decide outcomes, not results. Most employees spend years following the first book, wondering why it is not working. The ones who figure out the second one, stop wondering and start winning. Rule number 6. Your performance review was decided months before you walked into the room. Most people think a performance review is where their year gets judged. It is not. It is where a decision that was already made gets delivered. The real review happens every single day, in small moments nobody announces. The way you walk into a meeting, the tone of your emails, how long you take to reply to your boss, whether you look stressed or calm when a problem hits. People are not reviewed in meetings. They are reviewed in hallways. By the time the official review happens, your reputation has already been built, tested, and filed away. The employees who understand this stop trying to win the yearly review and start winning the daily one. They know that when 2 managers grab a coffee and your name comes up, whatever is said in that 10-second exchange matters more than any document HR will ever print. Rule number 7. Never bring a problem without a solution, even a bad one. There is a fast way to be labeled as difficult, and most people do it without realizing. They walk into their manager's office and say, "We have a problem. No plan. No options. Just the problem." To the manager, this feels like more work being dumped on them. And managers remember who adds work to their day and who removes it. Your boss does not remember what you solved. They remember how you made them feel. The employees who rise walk in differently. They say, "We have a problem, and here are 2 ways I think we can handle it." Even if the solutions are rough, the message is clear. This person thinks like a leader, not a complainer. That one small habit, repeated over time, completely changes how you are seen. It is the difference between being the person who creates stress and the person who removes it. Rule number 8. The loudest voice in the room is almost never the most powerful one. In every office, there is someone who talks a lot. They dominate meetings. They send long emails. They have an opinion on everything. New employees often think this person is powerful. They are not. Every office has that one person who talks for 40 minutes in a 30-minute meeting, uses the word synergy without irony, and CCs the entire company on emails that could have been a sentence. That is not power. That is noise in a nice shirt. Real power in an office is quiet. It sits in the corner of the meeting and says almost nothing, then sends one short message afterward that changes the entire decision. Power does not speak first. It speaks last, and only once. If you want to find the real decision makers, do not watch who speaks the most. Watch who everyone looks at before they speak. Watch whose small nod ends a debate. Watch whose name gets mentioned when a final call needs to be made. The people who figure this out early stop wasting energy impressing the loud ones and start quietly building trust with the silent ones. Rule number 9. Information is the only currency in an office that cannot be taxed. In every workplace, information moves like money. Who is getting promoted? Who is about to be fired? Which project is secretly failing? Which manager is losing the trust of the people above them? The employees who hear these things first are never the loudest ones. They are the ones who learned a simple trick. Listen more than you speak. Every secret you share is a piece of power you hand to someone else. Most people do the opposite. They share everything they hear the moment they hear it, hoping to seem important. But information given away is power given away. The people who rise quietly understand this. They collect information, they protect it, and they only share it when it helps them. It is not about being secretive. It is about understanding that what you know and who you tell shapes your entire career. Rule number 10. The most dangerous person in your office is the one who smiles at you every morning. New employees worry about the obvious enemy, the rude coworker, the difficult boss, the person who openly dislikes them. But those people are rarely the real threat. Open enemies are easy. You can see them coming. The real danger is the friendly coworker who smiles at you every morning, asks how your weekend was, and quietly takes credit for your work in meetings you are not invited to. She brought cupcakes on your birthday. She asked about your mom's surgery. She also somehow ended up presenting your project to the executives while you were on your lunch break. Funny how that works. In an office, a smile is not always kindness. Sometimes it is camouflage. The most damaging people in any workplace are the ones who appear harmless. They are pleasant, they are helpful, and they are watching everything. This is not paranoia, it is pattern recognition. The employees who last the longest learn to be warm with everyone, but trust almost no one. Not because people are evil, but because offices reward quiet competition, and quiet competition wears a friendly face. Rule number 11. Credit does not stay where it is earned. It flows upward until you block it. Here's something nobody talks about. When you do great work, the credit does not stay with you. It flows up. Your boss takes it to their boss. Their boss takes it to the executives. By the time it reaches the top, your name has been removed from the story. This is not always done on purpose. It is just how information travels, through layers, and each layer keeps a little for itself. Your best work will make someone else famous unless you put your name on it. The employees who get noticed at the top learn how to stop this flow. They find small, professional ways to attach their name to their work. A short email to the right person, a mention in a company update, a one-line comment in a shared document. They do not brag and they do not go over their boss's head. They just make sure that when the story reaches the top, their name is still on it. Rule number 12. Promotions are not won in the contest. They are won in the months before anyone knew there was one. Most people think a promotion is a fair fight. A seat opens up, candidates apply, the best person wins. That is almost never how it works. By the time a promotion is announced, the decision has usually been made weeks or months earlier, in quiet conversations, in private meetings, in hallway comments between the people at the top. The application process is often just paperwork to make the decision look fair. You will know the decision was already made when the interview panel asks you questions they clearly do not care about the answers to, then thanks you for your time, then hires someone who is not even on the official list. By the time the race is announced, the winner has already been chosen. This is why some employees are shocked when they do not get the role they worked so hard for. They were never really in the running. The real competition happened in the invisible phase, the months when they were quietly being judged on visibility, likability, and trust. The employees who rise learn to compete in that phase, not the official one. They understand that the game is over before most people know it has started. Rule number 13. The day you stop being surprised is the day you start winning. Think back to every unfair thing you have seen at work. The promotion that went to the wrong person, the credit that was taken from you, the meeting where the loudest voice beat the best idea. Each time you probably felt the same thing, shock, a small voice inside you saying, "This is not how it is supposed to work." That voice is the problem, not because it is wrong, but because it keeps you stuck in a version of the office that does not exist. The employees who rise are not the ones who complain about the game. They are the ones who stopped being surprised by it. They saw the rules, accepted them, and started moving through the office with their eyes open. You will know you have changed when something unfair happens at work, and instead of anger, you feel something quieter, recognition, a small nod to yourself, because now you see it, now you understand it, and once you understand it, you are no longer a player being moved around the board, you are the one reading it. There is one question I want to leave you with. What is the rule you wish someone had told you 10 years ago? Not the one you read in a book, the one you learned the hard way. Leave it below. Someone scrolling through the comments right now might need to hear it before it is too late for them too.